YouTube, how we doing? PPS here, YouTube play of the day. I got one college football spot for you today. I'm going to stick away from NBA for the first week. It kind of gets pretty wild here right now. Obviously, first week, need to see some minute rotations. What you expect is not always what is happening in some of these games. So I'm going to stick to some college football today. Obviously, we have some NFL plays for tonight over on Pass the Prop, so hopefully you guys are checking out that video. We will get right into our college football bet. Pulling up DraftKings right now. I'm going to be rolling with Syracuse. First half over 30.5 here. It's up to you guys if you want to kind of play around with this, but I'm going to roll with 30.5 at minus 112. I think that's a good price there that we can roll with. Let's pull this up. So first off, we'll just start out with just the logistics, the overview here a little bit. We have Syracuse facing off against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's actually been pretty good this year. Obviously undefeated, 6-0, 19th in the country. Syracuse, on the other hand, 5-1. So this would be a good game. Syracuse also has Kyle McCord, if you guys haven't known that yet. Kyle McCord transferring from Ohio State over there. So we got Kyle McCord at QB. I really like LaQuinton Allen, very good running back. Going over to the Pittsburgh side, Holstein has just been a revelation since he got the full-time starting gig over Yarnell. Desmond Reed, obviously very, very good. I bet on Mumfield on the show before. So got some skill position players and also been doing very, very well in these first halves. So Syracuse, 46th in the country, averaging 15 points per game in the first half. Pittsburgh, 30th in the country, averaging 17 points per game in the first half. Also, Pittsburgh averaging close to 21 points per game at home so far this year. So obviously that's important because they will be at home in the spot. Second, we've seen Pittsburgh have some of these games where they just turn into absolute shootouts because they can score pretty much on anybody. They have an elite offense here. We've seen them fly over this number against West Virginia. They also they've been gashed on the ground a lot worse than I expected them to. Against West Virginia, Donaldson had 80 yards and a touchdown. I believe Garrett Green even had a pretty big game on the ground as well. He'll get another 60 yards. LaQuinton Allen is legit. So it's going to be a pretty big spot for me, as I need Syracuse to be, kind of keeping up here with Pittsburgh, because I think Pittsburgh's going to be just all over the place in this game. Holstein's had multiple 300-yard games. Reed, I know, just had a 150-yard receiving game against North Carolina, then comes back with a 120 on the ground in the next game. So I think Pittsburgh should be able to score wherever they want. I think that we've seen some of these games kind of, I don't want to say stall out, but slow down significantly in the second half. We can use last week as an example. We saw 32 points scored in the Cal-Pittsburgh game. And if you go down through it, it was 9-17 at half, and then only 6 points scored in the second half by Cal. Just kind of saw some turnovers there. Go up and down this list. These first halves have been pretty crazy here for Pittsburgh. We saw a nice 34-point first half against North Carolina for them there. So I just don't know how Syracuse slows down this passing attack. I think that Pittsburgh's going to have a really hard time slowing down LaQuinton Allen and Kyle McCord as well. So I think this is the best way to attack it. I think in the second half, we see it slow down a little bit just because that's kind of been the tendency for both teams. And secondly, we've seen both teams in the first half hit this number at a pretty high clip, right? So if you look at, like I said, Pittsburgh averaging 20.7 first half points per game at home. And Syracuse, even on the road, 13.5 overall, sitting at 15. So really like this number. Thinks 30.5 is a good price. I'll take it up to, I would probably leave it at 30.5. I won't go up over 31. Obviously, that's a big number here with the 17-14 being brought into it. So really like Syracuse first half over 30.5, minus 112. It's going to be my play of the day here on the show. And also, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are going over to Pass the Prop and checking out our best bets for tonight, because we do have an NFL game on for tonight. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. As always, if you could hit that like button, I appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow live for Pass the Prop.